What's going on, everybody? Jericho Green. I'm back, y'all, with another installment of my crazy Navy stories. I told one a little while ago called Piss and Boots. Check that one out. This one I'm going to call Chin Toe. And, before I forget, in the comment section on my last video, my last story, of course, there are other service members out there, talking a little bit of shit about the Navy. To you, I say, Army stands for aren't really men yet, and Marine stands for muscles are required, intelligence not essential. Navy number one, hoorah. So, Chin Toe. This is the story of how I got 10 stitches in my chin, all because my buddy fucked up his toe. Chin Toe. So, I was underway overseas, mid-cruise, and there was a death in the family, so I had to come back. I'm just telling you this for the setup. So I had to come back stateside about a month before the mid-cruise ended, so I was in the barracks. So I got a roommate. I don't remember this dude's name. We weren't roommates that long, but I do remember this incident. So there were a few other cats there who were waiting to go on my ship when it came back into port. So one girl, he had a crush on her, but he was too scared to tell her, so she comes in and she don't know. So she's telling us, what she has planned for the evening. She's going to go to some concert or something in New York with some guy. And so he's sitting there like, not saying nothing. And so she's walking out. She's like, all right, I'm out later. So she's walking out, and I tell him, I was like, hey man, go say something to her. Why you going to let her go? He's like, all right. So he was barefoot. So as he's walking up behind her, she doesn't know. She swings the door open to leave, and his big toe gets jammed under the door. And like in the barracks, they have those big, heavy metal doors, and how much space is underneath the door? Less than an inch? How big is your big toe? Yeah. So she swings the door open. His big toe gets wedged under there. And he's kind of standing there because, the pain. He's fucking speechless. And I'm sitting there watching TV, and I notice he's still standing with the door open. I was like, hey, man, close the door. And he's still not saying nothing. I'm like, what the fuck? So I walk up there to close the door, and he goes, no. And he points it down. And I look, and I see his big toe wedged under this door. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, well, what are you going to do, man? You can't stand there forever with your foot under the door, holding the door open. He goes, all right, I'm just going to pull it from under there. And like a G, he goes 1, 2, 3, and he slams the door and pulls his toe from underneath, and you just hear like this kind of like, I don't know, this popping sound. And you look down, all this blood just starts coming out of his toe. I'm like, oh shit. So we call the quarterdeck and everything, and they give us, the keys to a vehicle to take him to the hospital. So I'm taking him to the hospital. We get in the waiting room. We're walking to sit down, and there's a bum passed out on a gurney with all this dried blood on his face, snoring. I'm like, well, shit. This is going to take a long time, I guess. So, 3-4 hours we're waiting. Finally, the doctor comes out, or they come out, take him in the room. Doctor comes in the room, and once the doctor walks in, I'm like, cool, my obligation has been fulfilled, man. I'm going to go out here, have a cigarette, and, just chill and wait for you to get your toe stitched up. And it was like along the edge of the toenail. It was like all ripped. It was disgusting. So I would turn to walk away. This fool grabs my hand and he goes, don't leave me, man. Just stay here with me. I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't get shot. He's like, just don't leave me, man. Don't leave me. I'm like, all right, man. So I sit there with him, and the doctor takes his toe and he squeezes it, and all this blood just like erupts out of it, just overflows out of his toe. And I'm like, whoop. Got a little lightheaded. I'm like, damn, all right. And I have a seat next. I sit down, and then the doctor takes the scissors and he trims the skin so it's nice and even, so he can stitch it. And I'm like, all right, man, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go outside, have a cigarette, and just let me know when you're done. So I'm standing up and I'm walking out there, and I get this, you hear that in your ears, that tunnel vision for a second. I was like, oh shit. Let me kneel down. So I squat down, the catcher's squat. I'm smoking my cigarette, and I had the bright fucking idea of, man, let me walk over and sit in the the vehicle, in the government vehicle. I just sit down, relax. So I start walking over there, and next thing I know, I hear somebody saying, Sir, can you stand up? Sir. I'm thinking in my head, who the fuck are they talking to? Sir. And they kind of pull on me, and I open my eyes, and the ground is right here. I can see all the little granules in the cement, the granules of sand in the cement. It was that close, and the top of my wrist hurt, my knuckles hurt. I'm like, what the fuck? And they pull me up, and they like pull me up by my arms like this, and I look down, and I see blood on the asphalt, and I see blood on the front of my shirt. I'm like, shit. So I feel around in my mouth and my tongue to make sure I didn't knock any teeth out. I'm all right, cool. I went like this, and I could see the blood like come down. I was like, oh shit, my chin's fucked up. So I looked down at my hands, and my knuckles are all scraped. My watch was broken because when I passed out, I had like my chin out like this, and my hands flat at my side. Boom, right into the asphalt. So I'm like, shit. And this is February, but late February, New Jersey. At like 3 o'clock in the morning, it was cold as shit. We were chilling in the barracks, so I just had like a t-shirt on. So I'm cold as shit. It's like this wet, slush, disgusting shit on the ground. And I'm from California. We ain't used to that shit. East Coast winters are fucked up. So they take me inside. They put me in a wheelchair. They take me inside. I'm shivering. And the nurse, I remember my blood pressure was 81/31. And I don't know a lot about medical shit, but apparently that's low. She's like, oh my goodness. She's like, why are you shaking? I was like, I smoked a bunch of crack earlier. She's like, what? And I was like, I'm just playing. I was like, it's February outside. Shit, I'm cold. So finally, the doctor comes in to see me. It's the same damn doctor that stitched up my buddy a minute ago. He's like, what happened? He starts laughing. He's like, what happened? I was like, man, watching this fool get his toe all stitched up. I passed out in the parking lot. So, he looks at it and stuff. He's like, you're going to need about 10 stitches. I got my chin all stitched up. So the night ends with us both walking out of the emergency room, me with my face all bandaged up down here, and this fool on crutches. So what'd you learn from that, kids? If there's a girl you want to talk to her right then and there before she walks out and slams your big toe under a fucking door. Don't worry, y'all. I'll get back to my regular Jericho Green shit, but occasionally I like to do these stories, lighten the mood, and it's fun to remember because now I can look back and laugh. If that shit happened yesterday, it would not be funny. I can't be done with the left. They just won't let me. You know who I be, Jericho Green. I'm out.